Hey guys, it's Elle. So I do obviously do a lot of traveling, and I got a really cool request on my Twitter from one of my fun followers that I appreciate so much. And she asked, well, what do you do whenever you fly? And so I thought I would do this tutorial for you guys. So the main thing about when I fly is I try not to put too much makeup on, because you're sleeping, or you're putting your bags up and down, you're sweating, it's hot, you just want to be comfortable. Also too, when you're in an airplane, your skin gets dehydrated, and because of that recycled air, and there's a lot of germs on the airplane. So keeping your skin hydrated and kind of clean and clear is what I recommend and what I usually do. Okay, so the first step and my kind of secret weapon is I use a toner, or this is my favorite one. I did a video on this by Leak, and it's called Rose Water Balancing Mist, and you can use Avion water spray, you can use any kind of toner that you want, but it's just going to help really lock in that moisturizer and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray this all over my face. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm going to let that sit just for a quick second. Then I like to apply a brightening primer, and I actually just found this one at Target, and it's by Sonia Kashuk. I think that's how you say the name, Sonia Kashuk. And it wasn't very expensive at all. This is actually, it's called a Primer Base Perfecting Brightening Primer. So what I usually do is I just take a little bit on the back of my hand, and I put it all over my skin, in between, but more on the center of my face. And what this is going to do is it's just going to brighten up my skin. It has small little illuminating products in it. And see, I'm just applying it just to the center of my face. And it goes in really quickly, so that's nice. And again, it's just going to help, lock in moisture and all those things that we need when we're flying. And it's just going to brighten up the skin, bring it a little bit more to life. So what I usually do now is I use a very small amount of coverage on my face. And what I like to do is I like to combine a drop of foundation with a drop of concealer, and then a drop of moisturizer. So I'll show you how I do that. So first of all, I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Concealer, and I love it because it's really, really, really creamy, and it goes on nicely, but I want a little bit more coverage, so I'm literally just going to use a drop, the smallest amount, so you can barely even see it. And you can tell that's a little bit light for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, my YSL foundation, and I'm going to use exactly the same amount in foundation. Well, it's exactly as much as I possibly can. So there's my 2 dots. And then I'm going to take my moisturizer that I already used. It can be any kind of moisturizer, and I'm going to put about 2 parts more of moisturizer next to it. See? Alright, so there we go. So just like that, okay? And then I'm going to dab it all over my face. Obviously, mostly in the middle of my face. And then I'm going to take a flathead brush and just buff it in. And I still want my skin to show through this. I don't want it to be looking like I have makeup on. So when you go up to me, you won't think like, oh, she has so much makeup on. You can see how great and dewy it leaves the skin. Now you can just leave the skin just like that, but for me, I like a little bit more coverage, so I'm just going to do the same process again. The foundation, the concealer, and a little bit of moisturizer. And I'm going to concentrate in the areas that I have a little bit more redness, which is like around my nose, on my nose, underneath my eyes, around right here because I have allergies, and on my chin. But pretty much everywhere else is already good. And I'm just gonna buff that back in. Alright, great, so you have a great glow to your skin. It's hydrated again because we just put more moisturizer in there. And then we're going to set it. I'm going to use a Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC, and this is in light medium. So I just want this to be a light coverage of powder. I don't want it to be anything serious, but I definitely don't want to be this shiny walking around all day. Now I'm going to use a cream blush, and this is by Stila, and this is number 15, and I'm just going to use it just to give a little bit of color into the face. And I have freckles, so I kind of like those to stay, I like them to stand out, so I don't care that my foundation didn't cover my freckles. I love freckles. So for my next step, I'm going to take my Dior under eye brightener in number 1, and this is just going to be kind of in place of concealer. Now if you need an extra amount of concealer, you can go ahead and use it, but try not to. We don't want, we're not using bronzers or anything or contouring anything here. We're just keeping it light and fresh. So I'm going to put this underneath my eye, and again, don't bring it too close to the under eye area because it can kind of make you look tired. So we just want to bring it right along here. Just like that. Use a little bit down my nose. Oops, a little bit crooked there. And I'm just going to take my finger and pat that in. And this gives a great little natural highlight too on that cheekbone right over here. All right, so an important step is to do your eyebrows. And you want to make sure that they're not too heavily colored in because we're just getting on a plane. We just want to look fresh and natural. And then give the lashes a nice curl. Couple coats of mascara. And if you wanted to, you could use a waterproof formula since most of the time eyes water on the plane and stuff like that, but I don't need to with my eyes, but feel free to do that while you travel. It's a good little tip. All right then, great. So you can either use a chapstick here, or I just like to use a little bit of a lip stain. This is by Laura Mercier in Sugar Violet. And since I have no color on the rest of my face, except for, blush and stuff like that, I want to put a little bit of more color into the lip. Oops, sorry, I forgot to tell you. Go ahead and dust a little bit of this on your cheeks and temples and all that good stuff. It's my trusty handy dandy Dior Skin Tan Nude, and it's just going to give a little bit more glow to the skin and color and all that good stuff. And you just kind of go like this, and it will help bring some more color and glow into the skin. All right, there we go. Okay, so 2 things that I recommend you take with you on the plane are this balancing mist and these Talika eye patches. The reason why the balancing mist will help is because it'll help keep your skin hydrated and moisturized throughout the whole plane ride, and when you get off of the plane, you're gonna really notice a difference and your skin will be in much better shape due to, climate change and things like that. And then these eye patches help with puffiness and discoloration underneath the eye from elevation and just traveling and being tired. They're gonna be a lifesaver for you, and you can just put them on while you sleep, and when you take them off, your under eye area will be amazing and luscious and ready to take on the world, and no one will ever know that you're exhausted. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed the final look, and it's just easy breezy for getting on an airplane. We don't want to be overly made up, in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be safe if you're traveling soon and using this technique, and lots of love from my house to yours, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.